Welcome
Welcome
to Shade in the City. I'm Treese.
It's Nels.
And we are coming back with our late review. Yes, we know we're late, Shade Squad. But we're coming back with Putaringonit. And of course, it's going to be good because all these couples don't need to be together. I already said this. So please make sure that you hit the like button as you're coming in.
You subscribe.
And yes, I'm not even going to waste time bitter and bantering. Let's just get into it and get shady, y'all. All right, y'all. So we're back in therapy with Dr. Nicole. Y'all know I love her. And Otis saying that he feels at times Dr. Nicole really don't be listening to him, especially when Charlena is wrong. And he would like his voice to be heard.
Basically, we left off with the scolding conversation.
Right.
And he says, oh, I don't always scold her, but she feels like I do. So when are we going to address the fact that she feels things that haven't happened? And Dr. Nicole basically said, we can't address that with her until we get to the root of the problem. Nigga, the shit you doing.
Right.
He's like, oh, whatever. Okay. Basically catching the attitude like it's all my fault. And yeah, so he's feeling like Dr. Nicole is really not even feeling where he's coming from, and she's not understanding.
And I love Miss Charlena. She's like, accountability. How about we take some accountability? I said, go ahead, girl. And obviously Otis is still not receiving it. He does say he wants to go on a second date with Milan.
Mm-hmm.
Charlena says she's okay with that. And then Dr. Nicole asked about her date. She said Brent was awesome and it was easy breezy.
Mm-hmm.
Cover girl.
She said he studies physics and he wants to be an astronaut. I thought it was hilarious because I was like, I want to be an astronaut too. What's Kenneth was like, me too. We all want to be astronauts.
He's like, oh, she met a real Buzz Lightyear. I said, you know what, Otis? That's that real hater shit. But anyway, Dr. Nicole says that basically the ambition that Brent has was appealing to Charlena, and that's why she was here for it. And she said, absolutely. Like the way she was like, yes. You could tell Otis was like, okay, but you getting a little too excited about this man. She said he seems so sure.
I like Brent too.
And he feels like, and he's a great listener. She said it was a great conversation and he will be getting a second date. I Mm-hmm.
She said he's a great listener. Great listener.
So Dr. Nicole, she been firing shots. Look, now she got her little thing that she actually interested in. Now she's like, okay, now you're gonna get that work.
Game's on, bitch.
So Dr. Nicole asked Otis, well, how do you feel? And he says he feels the same way and hopes Charlena has a good time. And yeah, so.
And then she gets on him about being passive aggressive and this tit for tat shit. Because when Charlena said it actually sounded genuine. And when Otis said it, he sounded just pissed off. Like, yeah, I hope she have a good time too.
Right.
Like.
And Charlena lets us know that Otis is petty. And
because we ain't know that already.
Right. And apparently, I don't think this is healthy for any relationship, but apparently this is what they do. Right. They go back and forth. They compete with each other, which that's not really cute. But so then we get to Shorty and Kenneth. And she asked her about her second date, or was she going to be going on a second date with Hollywood? And Shorty feels that although he's an attractive dude and he pays attention,
and a great talker, and that ain't what she got with her dude.
And she says that that's a dynamic that her and Kenneth don't have. And I was like, so what do y'all do? No, I mean, right. Because I'm just like, I feel like that's that should be the foundation of a decent, if you claim you have a decent relationship, that like somebody you can talk to.
And you know what she's giving me right now? I don't remember the dude from that previous season, the one that was thrown up when his girl went out on a date.
Yeah.
But remember, he was scared to go out on dates because he was scared to actually like someone. She's basically saying she's not going out on another date with Hollywood because
she said she prayed for Hollywood, y'all. She asked God. I said, so why are you blocking your blessings, sweetie? Make it make sense, Shorty. I like you.
Like, what is the point of being on the show if you ain't gonna take it serious?
I guess she want to be with this crazy mother. Again, what is he doing? What is he doing? Because you said he ain't got much conversation. He clearly ain't rolling in the dough.
They get drunk and fuck.
All right, Shorty. Summer Walker got a whole album about niggas like that. Keep playing. She says she doesn't want to give up on Kenneth. I don't know why.
And this is your way out, Shorty. This was your way out.
Right. Blink twice. So then Dr. Nicole asked Kenneth about his date with Maisha. And he basically says that, it was cool. But he really, it wasn't much to it. They had a good time. And she was like, well, are you interested in going on a second date? And of course we knew this man was going to say no. And so, he's just like, and she's, all the ladies feel me. I wasn't surprised by it. This is what makes me think, y'all, as I told Nels off camera.
All we do is
Kenneth clearly has something special in his pants, okay? Because
it might not only be in his pants, girl. It might not even only.
It might be what that mouth do. Because I don't get it. I don't get it. You crazy and you kind of broke. It must be what
just that, boo. It got to be more than just that, okay? They got a nice place too, and this motherfucker ain't even making no money. The nigga's crazy. He's a fucking stalker.
That's what I'm saying.
Lose your job. She about to lose her job. You got me fucked up. It seemed like what he got is all he got. So,
well, look, what did they say in Players Club? Use what you got to get what you want. I ain't mad at it, Kenneth.
But look, she done fucked up because she should have chose up.
So they're both going to be going on different dates. He's relieved and feels good that she doesn't want to go on another date with Hollywood.
Talking about he the only hot boy she needs. Think you ain't no hot boy.
Thank you.
It was Alfonso.
He get down to damn Alfonso and what's that girl name? Shay. And Dr. Nicole says she enjoys the time at their house. And talks about the perceived infidelity. And I actually really like this. I was having a separate conversation with one of my homegirls, and I was like, that's so interesting because perceived, does that mean that Shay's just crazy and he's not really cheating? Clearly he's cheated before, is what I'm getting. But I think her trust is so fucked up from that he can't even do nothing because it's perceived to be cheating, regardless of whether he does anything or not, based off of past.
Mm-hmm.
So,
it sounds like you wanted something here. It sounds like you wanted something.
Yeah. Basically, she says that the root of the perception comes from friends. So Dr. Nicole says, why can't he have a platonic relationship or friendships? And Shay says,
he don't know what platonic means.
Thank you. He don't know what platonic means. So Shay,
I love you, Fonzo, but
right. And then Shay talks about in the confessional how some random woman came up to him and said something.
Asked him for money.
And
He reaches in his pocket, gave it to her, like he didn't even know Shay.
So crazy, Shay said that she was not acknowledged at all in that situation. He didn't say, hey, this is my girl Shay, or you stupid.
Can't be seen. Maybe I'm moving it too fast.
But no, he didn't introduce her. She said he acted like she was Casper. She likes using that term. Y'all are going to hear that again. So basically he is, I'm not going to lie. He is disrespectful as fuck. He is.
Let me tell you something. Shay is a special type of woman.
Right.
She is a special type of woman.
But is it a special type of woman or a special type of stupid?
Okay. I'm going to say she's not overly emotional, because a normal woman that you put through this type of shit is not able to sit next to you, look so calm and talk about it, joke about it. Let me tell you something.
They were laughing, y'all. Like they were kikiing about it.
You ended up on somebody's episode of Snaps.
Then Shay tells us about a time where they were at an event and there were girls like screaming his name below them, and he didn't want to look down.
No. A woman walked in.
Uh-oh.
A woman walked into the event, and then they were screaming Fonzo's name. And he was scared to look down because
he wanted
the girls to come up there where him and Shay was. And apparently he beelined it out before Shay so that he could talk to the girl and basically tell the girl to leave him alone. Now, you know what though? You know what Fonzo gives me? Because I like Fonzo. He's very charismatic.
I do like Fonzo, but Fonzo,
I like his personality, not like a dude today, but I like his personality. He seems like a nice dude, cool to get along with. He seems like a nice, cool homeboy.
Basically, as they're laughing and ha-ha and kikiing, Dr. Nicole basically points out that although they're laughing, Shay is pretty much almost on the verge of tears.
Mm-hmm.
And so Dr. Nicole says, you have to ask yourself, do you care if it causes her, if you're the cause of basically of this pain? And is it worth not being trusted?
Like, that's some good questions.
Right.
Look, I ain't got the answer for you right now.
And basically, Shay lets us, you stupid. Shay lets us know that she's never not wanted to trust him, but he basically does shit like it's nothing. And he makes things to seem like, oh, it's not that. You tripping, you crazy, gaslighting. And then it turns out to be exactly what she thought it was. Mm-hmm. She brings up, what other choice does she have to walk away from him? And Dr. Nicole acknowledged it and said, exactly.
You got choices.
You got choices. Now, I think that I pointed out I believe it was the last review. And I told y'all, Dr. Nicole is speaking to her without being, what's the word that I'm looking for? She's being direct she's trying not to hurt her feelings. Mm-hmm. But she's basically telling her, he's doing this because you're allowing it.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't want to deal with it, just like you said, you have choices. But you choose to stay and be crazy and deal with this man. And basically, she says a relationship is built on trust. And if you can't trust each other, then your relationship is built on quicksand for the most part. So, and she said that this thing that they have going, it's not sustainable in a marriage. So this whole idea you had of walking down the aisle and putting a ring on it, you got a little bit of ways to go before you think that you're gonna make it there and be successful. So then she lets all the couples know, hey guys, we're going on a double date. Everybody's going on a double date. You're gonna be with your partner as they go out. And Shorty's like, not here for it. She's like, this is not gonna be good. Y'all know this nigga crazy as hell. Like, why would y'all put me in a situation? I stopped fucking with Hollywood, so I have to stop listening to his ass at home. And now y'all gonna put me in another situation with somebody and he can see it. I say, I feel bad for Shorty too. I just want to say, Shade Squad, please make sure if you have not already that you like the video. Our girl Nails is over there hacking up a lung and stuff and doing this all for y'all. So please make sure that you like the video and let her know that y'all appreciate her being here under the weather. Because when we all camera, that's all I hear.
Don't do that.
So
Don't do that.
I'm just saying, please make sure you like. And
y'all.
even better, and you know what would make her feel even better? If you subscribe. So let's get into it.
You know, everybody's on the car ride home. This is about like taxi cab confessions. I don't know what the hell's going on.
I was like, I would love to be in the back of this car.
All of them.
Right.
Well, not all of them, the first two. So Otis and Shar are in the car, and you know, Otis is like, so how do you feel about, you know, the conversation with Dr. Nicole? And she says, I feel like, you know, you had a lot of time to talk. And he says, no, I had a lot of time to defend myself. You know, he's still in his feelings that Dr. Nicole ain't really understanding and feeling what he says. So he doesn't agree.
He basically doesn't agree that Dr. Nicole gave them both a fair chance. He feels like that Dr. Nicole didn't do enough correcting of Charlena and narrowing in on her problems. And he feels like if they're not both going to take the heat, then he doesn't want to just be the one in front of the fire. And I think Otis, again, is the misogyny. You just can't take feedback from your girl or from a woman, period. Mm-hmm. So she may get to her and that may come in its due time, but you just can't wait for it because again, you're always right. And the fact that she can't see that, it has to be because she's a woman, right? That's why. And she's just siding with Charlena because she's a woman. But
basically, and he tells her like, we shouldn't even be doing this if, you know, you can't tell your side of the story. And she's like, dude, you're trying to like, why are you trying to paint me out to be this bad guy? Like, take some fucking accountability.
Accountability.
And she was like, it's a great word. It's, you know, it's an amazing word. I was like, okay. Then we have Fonzo and Shay. I would love to have been back in this car too. Jesus Christ. Shay brings up the whole friendship thing, and she's like, it's always been swept under the rug. I don't know how the fuck that shit is swept under the rug. Okay.
I'm not sure either.
I'm telling you. And then she brings up the money situation where the girl, you know, came up to him asking for the money and he gave it to her. And she says, I don't care how it played out. It still didn't look right. Like, I don't give a fuck about none of that. You didn't introduce me to this girl. I don't know who she is. She didn't know me. And he's like, well, I didn't know her.
So you just
no point in introducing you. So I didn't know her. So people just coming up to you, hey, Fonzo, let me get some money. And you just, oh, I don't know her. She know my name. I'm reaching in my pocket, give her some money. And thanks, Fonzo.
If that's how Fonzo really passing out money, I'm just saying we know his name. We review the show. If he handing out money like that, I'll roll up to him and Shay tomorrow. And I'll be on the first thing smoking to Atlanta. Okay. And be like, Fonzo, remember you owe me that $500.
Basically, and Shay is just like, this I don't know shit is just, it's not good enough for her. It's not working for her.
Right. You should be able to explain to me why you're doing the things you're doing if you're going to do them, especially in front of me, and be super disrespectful and disregard the fact that I'm even here.
And then Kenneth and Shorty, they're just glad that
they weren't in the fire this week because his crazy ass ain't do nothing. But that we all know that's a limited time. That's a limited time.
I feel like Shorty should have been in the hot seat a little bit.
I agree, because why you feel that?
I don't think she's going through the process properly.
Oh, okay. You mean she should have been in the hot seat with Dr. Nicole? I was like, not with the dude. Of course, he was happy as hell.
No. I'm not with Dr. Nicole.
I do feel like Dr. Nicole should have held her accountable.
Elena is up early. She ready for the day. She throwing back some shots. She said she's trying to calm her energy. She's trying to calm her energy. She offers Otis something like, nah, it's too early. She don't even give a damn. She looked like she got some fucking in her system right about now.
Right.
Okay.
Then he asked her how she thinks things are going with their sessions.
And did he
This
learn? Did
might
she
not have
learn
been the time to
anything?
ask Charlene that question with liquor in her system. I'm just saying. Go ahead.
Like, do you feel like you learned anything from Dr. Nicole? She said, I always do. How about you?
Did you learn anything?
Yes.
She's like, I know what I need to work on.
Mm-hmm. What do you need to work on? Everything. I need to work on everything. Everything. She's like, I feel like he's being sarcastic.
Right. We clearly know Otis is being sarcastic, and he lets us know in the confessional that he basically, I'm sorry, I feel like that's such the man route. She blames me for everything. You complain about everything. No, I think Charlena's complaints are pretty, this is my problem with you. This is my da-da-da. But of course, you're going to make it everything.
And I feel like Charlena don't give a fuck now that she found like, dude, that's like.
Right.
I feel it.
That sparks her interest. She's like, whatever, Otis. I'm going to go on my day and mind my business.
Exactly. And I guess the doorbell rings or something, and she's like, the little date's at the door. I said, oh, not the little date.
Not the little date.
And
then Milan comes up the stairs, and we do realize the first thing Charlena has to say, she's a baby.
And she was like, they both noticed that they're both pretty, but she was like, she looks like a little girl. I was like, ooh.
Look, as our good friend Ashley,
Charlie,
he know he wrong for bringing that baby over here.
But she does ask Milan, how's he been treating you? She wants to make sure he's behaving himself, and yeah, but Char really don't seem like she gives two fucks. She actually feels like Milan is not his type. I don't think she give a fuck. She ready to go on her date.
Right.
And then we go over to Fonzo and Shay. And Shay is in the bathroom getting ready. She getting dolled up. She looking cute.
She looks real cute.
And Fonzo coming here closing up her top, talking about, let's cover these up. Let's cover up the girls, But now, shit is really starting to set in, and she's realizing, like, seeing her spouse.
And now she's like in the bed. I can't believe my spouse is going on a date with somebody. I was like, girl.
I mean, he did express that he felt bad, that she was crying and was upset, but it did let him know, like, how deeply in love with him she is. Apparently, maybe he was unaware. I don't know. But he's like, as part of the process, they got to do it. So,
right. Otis and Milan have arrived at the yoga studio together. Before they get there, they're talking in the car. They talk about their previous date, and she said she was super sore from the horses and her butt and her thighs. And I'm gonna be honest with you, unless the editing was just real, real good, I love how Otis curved the shit out of that and just was like, yeah, so you said what you said, and basically ignored it. So she wants to know why he said yes to a second date. And he said that he liked her energy, and the fact that she wasn't really negative about anything. She asked how he feels about, Charlena going on dates with other people. And he basically says he's not tripping as long as nobody tries to be like, disrespectful or touch her or kiss her, and that they've already had a conversation about situations.
Boundaries like and kissing and touching and shit.
So then she's like, well, if I try to kiss you, would that be a problem? And he's like, well, you could try.
You try.
That's that gets you in trouble, Otis. The same way you ignored the sore butt and thighs was the same way you should ignore that shit.
Mm-hmm. Then we see Brent coming in with Char.
Flowers at that.
With flowers. But clearly they knew better than to bring it into the studio, okay? Knowing that Mr. Otis was going to be there. But he says he wasn't surprised that he got asked on the second date. He was actually expecting it. So was I, Brent. I ain't going to lie to you. I'm not surprised you got asked on the second date either, because...
And he actually says he's looking forward to seeing where it goes, y'all. So Brent feels like he's in a winning position. He's like, I'm not worried about Otis, Cleophas, whatever his name is.
They like, come in and Char basically act like she didn't even know. Look. Trees, what's his face?
Right.
So, Otis is basically saying like he doesn't want to give her too much attention. He is there for the process. He is trying to, focus on his task, even though he feels like Charlene is trying to get his attention, and she probably was.
And she over there stretching, and
Oh, Brent even said he felt like Charlene was jealous, but he said, I don't give a damn because I'm trying to make them jealous too. Stretch,
right? Downward dog. Right.
Let me say, and then Charlene noticed that Otis was over there looking at Milan's tattoos. I said, ooh. She said, look, she went like, check. Okay. Noted, boo. So then, the instructor comes in and, have them do their poses and stuff like that. And Charlene is just making fun of these people. She's like, oh, he's talking about how he wants a strong woman and all this stuff. And this woman can't even hold him up.
But his daughter.
I said, oh, shots. Not like the one she was taking this morning, okay? I mean, shots fired, okay?
Right.
Then at the end of class, Otis goes over to try to give Charlene a kiss, and she's like, oh, she curved that, like he curved that comment earlier. Wash your hands.
He said, swerve.
Swerve.
She hit it real quick. I was like, damn. If I was your partner, I would have been big mad. And Otis felt some type of way. And then, like as Nell said, she told him to go wash his hands.
All that shit you was talking this morning, and you did that shit, nigga. I couldn't even bring my flowers in because yo fucking crusty ass. You got me fucked up. And she felt like the reason why he did it was to make her blind date feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
When she said in all actuality, it made his blind date feel uncomfortable. Now, nigga, don't try to trying to be like, oh, okay, you want a blind date with her, but I'm her nigga. Nigga, we don't know. Kenneth and Shorty. They're having a conversation, and basically he's like, I just want to hurry up and get through this process so you can get the answers you need so we can move on. And he says, well, for now, we're going through the process and I'm going on my date. Like, Kenneth just feels, I guess Kenneth just kind of feels like this is just like a bump in their relationship.
And he's just going to go on these dates with these girls and do the part, like do his, basically not really get involved in the process. He's just going to date them, go on one date and move on and keep going on dates because he feels that he knows what he wants. He's sure what he wants. And that's Shorty. This is when we see Crazy Kenny come out. He said, I feel it in my soul. I know. And I feel like what we have is solid.
It's like, we ain't solid. We ain't solid.
We are not. We are not.
Basically, we're going to go through this process and we're going to do either one or two things. We're going to have our happily ever after, or we're going to go our separate ways. And she basically...
Go ahead.
No, what you was going to say? Go ahead.
I was going to say that Shorty touches on in the confessional that the thing about Kenneth is that they have real problems. She brings up the going through the phone, the just lack of trust that he has for her, the sabotage, all the toxic shit that he does not want to address. And for her, that's a problem. And so, like I said, Shorty is just trying to find a way to get the book out. And wants him to go through the process, possibly so he could just find somebody else and leave her alone.
Well, she already had her way out. She's tripping.
Right. Shade Squad, tell me if I'm wrong. It gives me, if I can't have you, nobody else can. I'm sorry. That's what Kenneth gives me. And that's not cute.
Well, she lets him know if she ain't happy in this relationship, she's going somewhere. So we start off with Asar and Shay. And Asar is Shay's date. He's 39. He's from New York. And he says women like to date him because he's funny, attractive,
and he got his shit together.
And you know what it actually looked like? That's the energy he's giving.
Right.
And apparently Shay is feeling it because she says he's well put together. She also agrees he's attractive. And you can feel his spirit and energy before he even speaks.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, Asar. Okay, so it sounds like this day could go pretty good. He says when he first
thought.
That's what it was given initially. Okay. Between them two. Anyway. He says when he first saw her, he thought that she was his type of woman. And he says his type of woman is an open-minded, intelligent woman that looks good. I think Shay gives that.
Yeah.
I think she gives that. And she was over there blushing, y'all. She liked that. She like, she like, oh, you feeling me?
I think Shay would have done very well had this not been a double date.
Well, I mean, so then it gets so then we are introduced to what's the girl's name? Tay Cherie.
From Detroit.
Tay Cherie. She's 41 and she is from Detroit. Apparently, Fonzo finds her attractive because he calls her gorgeous. And they walk into the restaurant and immediately, let me say something. I'm watching it. I ain't even in the room. It felt tense.
The energy changed.
It shifted immediately. And Shay greets him because she says he act like she wasn't even there. Like she was Casper. So she's like, hi.
Okay, can I just say, make sure you guys, if you haven't already, that you like the video and that you're subscribed. But I wanted to say that, Shay, you got to stop using this Casper narrative. And you know why? Because Casper was a friendly ghost. And you are not friendly. You are not giving friendly. But go ahead.
So Tay Cherie and Fonzo seem to be, chatting, and she's saying baby this and baby that. And I'm like, okay. And then Shay yells over, she's like, you talking to me? Oh Lord. Look, now
first she was like, hello, how y'all doing? You see, I'm here.
Well, no, I said she greeted him because she said basically he was acting like she wasn't even there.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, her date, Asara, was like, maybe we just need to focus on this here hibachi. Like, just
worry
about what we got.
My sexiness, all that I got my shit together. You know what I'm
saying? So basically, she goes over. She's like, well, she ain't go over. She's like, talking to me while Tay Cherie was talking to Fonzo. She was not talking to Shay. And she's like, if I was talking to you, I would be looking at you. Lord have mercy.
Literally, all Tay Cherie said was, you're going to be in trouble when you get home.
And that is what she said before.
That we already knew. So
things took a turn for the worse.
Talking shit about her. She just let him know, as a woman, we can feel tension. And it was like, bruh, you're going to be in trouble when you get home.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the day, why doesn't Shay realize Tay Cherie didn't make Fonzo come in and not say hello and not speak to her and not acknowledge her? Because that's really what she's mad about, is that he didn't acknowledge her. He didn't stop and acknowledge his queen, like maybe Otis did, or maybe Kenneth would do with Shorty. So that's why she really feels some type of way. But that ain't have nothing to do with the other girl. Again, why do you keep addressing these women and you need to be addressing your man? But go ahead.
Okay. So Shay is over there yelling, mute your person. And Tay Cherie's like, do you have a problem with your man out on a date?
Is it because I'm pretty? I'm real grown. I'm real grown.
So then, basically Shay is like, I'm gonna talk my shit. I'm gonna say whatever I want. Then Tay Cherie is like, you gonna say what you want, but you ain't gonna do nothing. And let me say something. I know about these Detroit women. One thing they will do is fight. Okay. So Shay,
sit your ass down.
No, please. Worry about that hibachi. Like Asar was telling you. So Shay is feeling some type of way that, instead of Fonzo trying to de-escalate the situation, he over there laughing. He think it's funny. So she felt like, instead of a sorry, I guess, calming her down, it should have been her due, which I think, right.
I can agree with that, but at the same time, Fonzo was, first of all, Dr. Nicole told us to focus on our dates and not be worried about our partners. Second of all, that's what she wanted. That's why she did it. That's why she showed her ass the first date. She wants the attention from him. And when he doesn't give it to her, when she acts out, that just that's pouring gasoline on the fucking fire. Because she's acting like this because she thinks, oh, he's going to come and baby, don't do that and da-da-da-da. But I think Fonzo's getting to the point, he's like, that shit's not cute no more.
Well, I know Asar said he felt like he was in a boxing match because he was the one that was in the middle of it.
I wouldn't be surprised if he said
Fonzo was sitting down. Huh?
I wouldn't be surprised if the dude was it Ansar or whatever.
Asar.
I wouldn't be surprised if he was like, I don't want to go on another date with that crazy bitch.
Well, it seemed like as everybody was leaving, well, it looked like Fonzo was walking out first. And they say Shay talking her shit, and started to walk over to take. Luckily, Asar was still in there because once again, he's the one that got in the middle of these two because I think it was about to go down.
It was about to go down until old girl picked up a plate. Our girl from Detroit picked up a whole plate and was about to crack it over this bitch head. Again, as we said, these Detroit girls, they like to fight, okay? So Shay better sit her little pretty ass down, okay? And go home and cry in the back of a Maybach or whatever he was driving. Rolls Royce, whatever. Thank you guys. So much for tuning in to another review of Put a Ring on It. Sorry, we're a little late. Blame this sickie over here. We still love her.
Blame me. Okay, thanks.
It's okay. No, but it's okay. We have to explain to the people what's going on because we know y'all will be looking for it. You tell us. So thank you guys for sticking with us and chilling out so we can get it to you. We appreciate it. Happy 420 because that's when we're recording this. So to all my happy people,
playing heads,
right? And yeah, I fly like paper, get high like planes. Just catch me at the border. I got visas in my name. Okay, y'all, I'm sorry. Look, I actually know the words to that song. So anyway, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Please make sure that you catch us next week. We are going to be a little delayed because this time it's my fault because I have to go out of town. So, we got to accept responsibility both ways. But love you guys. Please make sure that you like,
you comment,
you subscribe,
and you hit the notification bell.
And we will catch you for another review next week of Put a Ring on It. Good night.
Front, back, side to side. Make sure you go like and subscribe. Front, back, side to side. Make sure you go like and subscribe. Hey!